What's up guys, welcome to the channel. I'm MJ Supercharged, the owner of Tracked First, a GPS trapping company. I said trapping, a GPS tracking company. What we sell is fuel-less GPS trackers. So if you clicked on this video, it's because you want to see why our trackers are the best GPS trackers for this upcoming year. And very quickly, I'm going to explain that to you. But first things first, let's talk about the truth. We all know that crime has been on the rise for the last few years. In 2019 alone, over 1 million vehicles were stolen. In 2020, 1.1 million vehicles were stolen in the United States and Canada together. So with 1 million vehicles being stolen, I feel like it is adamant at this point, especially if you drive a custom vehicle or a much older vehicle. Another reason you would definitely want to get a GPS tracker is if you have a push-button start vehicle. So I know there's some controversy behind this because a lot of people think I have a newer vehicle, it has more technology in it, so it's immediately safer. Incorrect. Let me explain why. Because of the fact that push-button start vehicles no longer need an actual key to go into the hole and turn it, this vehicle is now started by what we consider a transmitter. And being that that transmitter is in a key, if that transmitter gets within 30 feet of the vehicle, it will open. So what we have an end up problem with is we have thieves who have a transmitter device. And because it's a transmitter and it's a signal, it can be more. Thieves who are literally going outside your house, standing by your front door, getting the signal from your vehicle key, and they are transmitting it to your vehicle. Now that you understand how transmitters work and how those push-button start vehicles are being opened, you need to understand that now they are going to the OBD port and they are most likely recreating a key. So they plug in their transmitter, their device to it, they recreate a key. They now can drive off in your vehicle with a new key in under 1 minute. So make sure you are not only protecting your vehicle with a vehicle kill start tracker, make sure you do not leave your key anywhere near the front door. Purchase one of the copper infused pockets off of Amazon, and I'll put the link in the description so that you can put your key into that transmitter pocket so it will not be able to transmit outside of that pocket if you already have your key inside that pocket. So that's another safety precaution that you can take. Now guys, let's jump over to the tracker itself and let's talk about some of the key features that really differentiate our product from someone else's. So I have touched on the fact that it is a fuel pump shutoff GPS tracker. We do call them fuel-less GPS trackers. And what that is in the event your vehicle is stolen, our fuel pump trackers will be able to turn off your fuel pump. We all know what happens when your vehicle runs out of gas, right? Exactly. Your vehicle will roll to a stop because it no longer has gas, and your vehicle thief will be out running because he is now scared of being caught. Your vehicle will be exactly wherever he left it because it has no gas in it, and you'll be able to get it back. The next thing I want to touch on is, have you ever seen on the news fatality due to stolen car, family of 4 killed due to stolen car, something along those lines? So a lot of times what happens is these vehicles are stolen. They're alerted by the police. They don't immediately catch those vehicles. At some point in time, a cop gets behind them. And because those vehicles are stolen, they end up in police chases. What usually ends up happening is the vehicle itself wrecks, or it wrecks into someone, and someone's family has now been hurt due to the fact that some reckless driver who's already stolen somebody else's car has now injured somebody else. It's now our time to take matters into our own hands. And the only absolute way that we can do this is by having a fuel pump shutoff GPS tracker so that if your vehicle is stolen, it does not end up also killing a family of 4. The vehicle is going to be shut off, the gas will have no more. And from that point forward, you do not have to worry about the fact that your vehicle may be used in a fatal car crash. I touch on that a lot because I feel like it's our duty, especially if you're driving a horsepower car that has over 1,000 horsepower. If you're driving a Hellcat, a Scat Pack, a Demon, if you're driving a, twin turboed Mustang, Camaro, any of those vehicles that are highly customized that could be potentially dangerous if they got into the hands of the wrong person, those vehicles need GPS trackers on them because it is your God's honest duty to make sure that the machine that you created is safe for the public. And if it gets into the wrong hands because of the lack of alarm system or the lack of protection that you have, the only person that will be to blame is yourself. So you need to really think about that when you're building these cars, that make sure that you can shut these machines down so that they don't hurt other people as well. After the fuel pump shut off, the next best thing on the trackers is they have microphones. So if your vehicle is stolen, you have a cell phone number that are attached to these GPS trackers. And how that works is you can call the cell phone number and you will be able to hear all the audio in the car. So if your vehicle's been stolen and you want to hear what's going on in the vehicle, you can hear it. If you have a teenager that is telling you that they're on their way home, but you're worried about who's in the vehicle with them, you can hear it. If you have an elderly family member or wife, whoever, for whatever reason, you can hear all the audio in this vehicle. Another great point is our trackers come with SOS buttons. So if you're out of cellular range, you are still in GPS range and they will be able to contact the nearest 911. So if you cannot get to your phone, you can press the SOS button and emergency will be on their way to your exact location. Another awesome feature on our trackers that differentiate us is our trackers track live. So if you are driving down the highway, our trackers are able to track you live and tell you exactly where you are per mile marker or per longitude and latitude. The best thing about that is, guys, if your vehicle has just been stolen, you need to know where it is exactly. You do not need to be on a 3 to 5 minute delay like a lot of the 3G GPS tracking companies are. Our GPS trackers are 4G, which means they're already on the network, can track you live. Some of the awesome, really key points that we have is the GPS trackers have 24-hour battery life, meaning if they're disconnected from their battery, the battery from the vehicle, the battery dies, our trackers will still have a 24-hour battery life to be able to find them. Our trackers are also waterproof and submergible up to 15 feet. So what that means is they're waterproof if water just touches them, and if they go into a creek or something small, they will still work up to 15 feet of submersion. Last but not least, our GPS trackers do work off of SIM cards. So there will be a SIM card attached to your GPS tracker. It will be inserted in it, and that is half the reason why there's a monthly subscription with our GPS trackers, because you have an actual cell phone number and cell phone service that is attached to these GPS trackers, which help to locate you down to the smallest little point and to know exactly where you are. This really helps with remote locations. Also, if you have a family member or you yourself are a traveler, this is awesome. If you get stuck in the mountains or something like that, you push the SOS button, emergency. One of the last points I want to touch on is the fact that we have a website, app, and cell phone availability. So you can use the app to locate your vehicle, you can use the website, or you can shoot over a text message with a command and immediately you will get the location of where your vehicle is. There's also a secondary and third command. One of those is to shut off the fuel pump. You can literally send a text message with the correct command to your GPS tracker cell phone number, and what that will do is within 30 seconds your fuel pump will be shut off. So if you can't get to an app, you can't get to your website, and the only option that you have at that point in time is to shoot out a text message, do not worry. SMS messaging will work. It will still turn off your fuel pump. You are still able to request exactly where your location is, so do not worry, it will still pull up. Remember, guys, if you're going to purchase a GPS tracking system that is going to protect your vehicle, make sure not only does it protect your vehicle, but it is actually secure, up-to-date, and technologically advanced. A lot of our competitors choose to use OBD port plugins, and while for some of y'all that might work perfectly, understand this. If you have a push-button start vehicle and you need to recreate a key, the thief in particular is going to recreate a key, the only way to do that is to plug into your OBD port, the one OBD port that you have your GPS tracker in. So it is not viable to buy a GPS tracker that has to plug into your OBD port, because the thief, whenever he goes to recreate your vehicle key, will be pulling that GPS tracker out, tossing it on the ground, and he will recreate that key within 20 to 30 seconds. So no, you will not have enough time to run outside and fight him or whatever. You need a technologically advanced product. And the only option for a truly technologically advanced product is going to be Tracked First. Not only do we have fuel pump shutoff, which is the most technologically advanced in the GPRS networks, we have a SOS button. That is going to be saving lives in the next few years as our product begins to bloom and blow up through events and shows that we will be marketing it out. Along with that, the fact that it is usable all over America. Currently, we are only selling in United States and Canada. Ultimately, we will be selling around the world so that we can protect globally from thieves, kidnappers, robbers, all of those crazy things. Have you ever thought about the fact that if you have GPS tracking through Chevy, Ford, Dodge, any of those, you're not actually in control of your vehicle, of your tracking device, or any of that. If you install it yourself, you have total control over where it is. And I don't know about you, but I like being in full control of my vehicle and my products that I install. If I install my GPS tracker into my vehicle, I not only can search the full history on it, I can search absolutely everything. I can turn my fuel pump on and off as many times as I would like. I can also live track myself, my daughter, on my phone through that simply. So, in conclusion, we've mentioned multiple reasons as to why our GPS trackers are not only number one, but the most technologically advanced in this day and age. As we wrap up this video, guys, make sure you do understand the necessity of a GPS tracker. If you have any questions, you do drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our new YouTube channel so that every video about auto theft and how not to get your vehicle stolen comes out, you'll get the notification. Also, we do have our weekly newsletters going out into our emails, and if you would like to join us over on Instagram, please do so. You can find our weekly newsletters on our Instagram. You just have to click the link in the Instagram link. Have a great afternoon, and we will be seeing y'all shortly again. I'm MJ Supercharged, the owner of this company, and without much further ado, I hope to see y'all guys over on Instagram today. And remember, our GPS trackers are the best GPS trackers for 2023.